On this episode of Halloween Horror Events, we give our final scores of the 10 houses at Halloween Horror Nights 34, our thoughts on the scare zones and the event overall.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the Halloween Horror Events podcast. I am one of the hosts, Simon. I'm joined with Phill. On this episode, we're going to be talking about our final ranking points. We're going to do a little bit different than what everyone else did. Phill just mentioned it in the intro. But we do have another special guest. If you're watching this on YouTube, you'll be able to see her. She's currently sat to the side of me. I'm pointing at her right now. Julie is finally joining us on a show for the full thing on the video. She's never been on video before, I don't think, have you?
Once for something a long time ago. Not for
Yeah, but you only
HHN.
popped on, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, she only popped on for a few minutes. But now
I'll
she's
tell you
on.
what,
Then, go on.
she has been on video before, and if I don't do this, he won't continue it on Epic Phill on YouTube and that. It's not Epic Phill Travels anymore, just Epic Phill. Get on there on YouTube and subscribe. There you go.
We've not even done hours yet. But anyway, well, speaking of that, why don't you do us a favour, like this video, comment down below with what your favourite house was, and also give us a subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, it's completely free. And follow us on our socials at HHEpod everywhere and at HHEpod1 on TikTok. So, mate, yeah, how are you? How are you doing? I've spoken to you for a while.
Good.
You all right?
Good. Obviously, you're all right. You've just been to Disney, DLP, Disneyland Paris. I've got no holidays until
that's
next
about-
year.
No, we're not going anything until March now. So
Yeah.
it is what it is. So what do you want to, how do you want to do? Should we go around the houses that way or just a list that I managed to get on?
Whatever
here?
way you want to do it on your list, it doesn't really make a difference at this point. By the way,
No,
everyone, before
we'll
we
just-
get into this, if you want to see some of Halloween Horror Nights 34, go to our YouTube channel and you'll be able to see a special episode that we did while we was out there.
Yes, yeah. And like I said, folks, this is going to be a little bit different than what you would normally get. A lot of people do 10 to 1s, their favourite to the worst or whatever. We're not going to do that. We're going to talk about each house, what we liked, what we didn't like, give it a score, and then we will round it down and work out our favourite ones between us as a podcast rather than individually. Actually, before that, I'm going to crack my drink open that I've got. So I've got a nice Death by Cherries fruit sour just for Phill. I know he doesn't
Well,
like his
if you're going to
sours.
do that, I'm going to grab that's open something that I am a donut.
Yep,
Jam
that's
one.
cracked open.
Oh, I don't know. I've got a glass of white wine in my Freddy's glass.
She just went
Yeah.
Homer Simpson. Did you hear what she said when I got the donut? She went, donut.
Oh, she does. So, yeah, folks, this is Death by Cherries. It was the first sip. I've never had it before. But it's a sour just to annoy Phill because he doesn't like his sours.
Can I have a try as well? You want that?
Oh, that is sour. You might like it, you might not. Taste test from Julie, by the way.
I tell you what, they
Yeah,
make
it's
some really good sours in Newcastle
sour.
right
It's
now,
nice.
especially when they travel it down from Newcastle and sell it in Brentford.
Yeah.
Sorry for people who don't know that we're
Oh.
talking
Anyway,
Premier League
right,
football.
let's
and
get
they-
into this
they
because
got smashed.
we've got limited time on this. So
Okay.
anyway, right, let's move on to our first house, which on the list that I've got is WWE presents the horrors of the Wyatt Six. Where's my screen? There it is. So, what things did you like about the house? First of all,
One, I
is there anything you
think
didn't like?
character-wise, I think we're lagging here, mate, because I don't think we're hearing each other at the same time. So I think there's a little bit of lag. So I'll let you talk and then I'll put my hand up when I want to talk to save this, I think.
No, it's all right. I can hear you. It's fine. We'll just do what happened. It's probably because of the Bluetooth with our headsets. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out.
Right, first things first, I loved the scare actors. I thought most of them looked brilliant, especially the one who played what's her face. I forgot her name all of a sudden.
Alexa Bliss.
Tag team champion. Oh, Alexa. She even did it herself one night, didn't she? But the
I believe so, yeah.
scare
Yeah, she
actors
did.
look so much like her. It's fantastic. And I know Bray's brother did it on the very last night of Horror Nights.
Right.
He
Yeah.
went to the
Yeah.
event, and the rest of the White Six went earlier on, and obviously Super Tall Dude from the original Wyatt family, he was an emotional wreck. What you fully understand. You
Yeah.
can see the
He will
video on
be, won't
YouTube of that.
he? Yeah. So with me, I actually thought they paid a great respect to Bray Wyatt. They actually had him through the house with all personas, and it worked well. The It was nice to walk through the gorilla position from the show from Raw when the White Six made the debut. It's quite interesting to find that out. But for me, the second half was a little. Go on, have you got any good points on it, Julie, first before going to the bad bits?
Well, I don't really know much about it, but cool sets. And then when you're walking through his house later on,
Right.
is it house in? Where's the house now? Where he lived? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It was a dark part of
yeah.
Bray Wyatt's. What I did find was that like the second half was a little bit weird. Don't know about you, Phil. Did you find it a little bit weird
I
compared to
think I
what
found
you
it
would
easy because
think?
I've started with the Wyatt, so Bray Wyatt from the beginning, so I sort of understood what was going on more with it. Um, Obviously towards the end you'll get more to the mystical Bray Wyatt end of it all. I thought that's how it was coming across to me. Um, the rocking chair was absolutely brilliant with the lantern on it.
Yeah, yeah. The thing for me as well, some of the mannequins of the wrestlers were terrible, especially the Miz.
I'll give you that, they were really
Mm.
bad.
LA Knight was okay,
Don't-
but the mannequins itself were. I know they couldn't really steal the actual facial features, but yeah, they were really, really bad.
Probably just didn't have time, did they?
No, they didn't. So with with that, I I actually really did enjoy the house. I thought it was better than I thought it was going to be. I gave it an 8 on that house.
I have a question. Are we allowed to give
Yeah.
0.5s?
Well, it'll make it a bit harder. Well, you could do, but it will make it a bit harder to figure it all out. But I can always do it. It's not a problem.
Look, because 0.5s, I always feel like something may be just there but not there at the same time. So a 0.5 always seems a
Yeah,
little
get
bit
point five
fairer.
if you want them.
Anyway, let Julie have her
You
say
get point
first and
fives.
then I'll get to mine.
Just cool sets,
I
maybe,
said
and
that.
yeah, I like the house. Yeah, it's okay, but I'm not really a big wrestling fan,
No.
so I really didn't know much about it. Only what I'd seen on video. That was it. But it was a good idea of how they done it. Yeah,
So what score did you give it?
I get 6.
So you give it a
I
6.
gave it a 6. Yeah.
Okay, okay. No problem. Philippa.
Right, pretty much what she says that I am a wrestling fan, so the opposite, and it was a great homage, as you said. I'm gonna give it a 7.5 though. I felt like the fans just didn't come to this until towards the end of the event, apparently. This house was the short end of queuing up all the time, it seemed. It was a shame.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it always had a very, very short queue. But I think the eventually people started warming up to it and once they started realizing the story and what it was all about, I think people started to enjoy it more. So yeah, we'll come back to that later on with the scores. So the next house on the list is probably I don't need to say anything else, but Five Nights at Freddy. I think I know his favorite this one is. As you can
But
probably see
you two
if
go
you're
away,
watching this
why
on
I don't know.
YouTube, have a look and you'll understand why. Uh, yeah, you don't know. So Five Nights at Freddy, for me, there's only really two things in the house, and one's good, one's bad. The animatronics were fantastic. That's all I can say. That was fucking Phil gerbil on there. So yeah, the animatronics were fantastic. But what I'll do is I'm not going to say anything else. I'm going to pass this over to Julie now because Julie's probably got a lot more to say about this house.
I've not written much down, but yeah, I'm a Matronics. I said it right. Yeah,
No,
they were cool,
Did she say
just like in the
animatronics?
films.
Because that's actually better.
yeah,
I'm a Matronics.
I'm,
I'm a
I'm on
Matronics.
animatronics.
Yeah, but I like the film anyway. I know it's not scary, stop laughing, but I like the film. Yeah. What's that? Cod.
Who
I'm a
wrote it?
Matron. Fun. We're good. We're
Oh,
cool. Cool.
oh,
It's me writing. Yeah. Fun vibes.
Can
Yeah,
really well imagine.
and good effects yeah, just like the film when you were walking through
Okay.
the 80s feel and the security part and everything. And yeah, I enjoyed it.
So what's going on, Phil? When now you finally finished your donut and you're watering
I
your
haven't
palate?
finished it. I've
Okay,
just stopped
six.
because I'm.
I don't know numbers yet.
Oh,
No spoiled
Hey,
sorry.
yet.
wait, hang
Oh,
on, hang fire.
Right, she's
God.
new. Let her off. Here we
Hello.
go. Right,
Yeah.
right. Let's get the goods first.
Okay.
It was spot on to the movie. The
Yeah.
robots, let's not use the word, the animaltronics, as I like to call them, were very good. Apart from the real lazy ones, what were just an arm, that was pointless. Some of
Well,
the
they were
scare
puppets
actors
all
look
weren't
good.
they?
Yeah, some of the scare actors look good, and some of them looked turd. That's good. It did look great, and that
Mm.
was fantastic. This was not a house for an adult Halloween horror event thing, but
Yeah.
I do think I had this idea of 11 houses a year and one staying every year until about spring the year next when they start changing them all up. And that house
Yeah,
could
okay.
stay in the park, but people could go around and see it. This
Yeah.
would be a great house all year round. This is perfect for that. But for Halloween Horror Nights,
Mm,
it wasn't scary.
mm.
It looked great. And that's pretty
Yeah.
much it for me without being really harsh.
Yeah. Well, for me, it was just not scary. I was being nice. It was just not scary at all. To be honest, not many of the houses were scary this year at all, to be fair. But this one by far was the child house, shall we say. So,
Kitty's house.
yeah,
Yeah, because they're all teenagers, maybe younger
yeah. So,
teenagers
Phil,
and that.
what disappointed score did you give this?
Do you know what? I gave it a 4.
You gave it 4. Julie?
Six.
That surprised me that. I thought Julie would give it that a bit
She
higher the way
gave it
she's
less
bought all
than
the
the other
merch.
house.
Yeah, yeah. And I gave it a 5. So, unfortunately, that one's not doing too well at this moment in time. My
Not
hair is a
doing too
mess,
well.
so if you want to see what my hair looks like. Right, let's move on to the next one that's on the list, which is Terrifier. Go on, Phil, you start off this one if you're still eating.
Okay.
Oh, you stopped. Oh, you're still
You
eating.
bastard. This was my this was my favourite house, but I will always explain a bit later about the score why I couldn't give it a 10. Um,
Mhm.
all the arts were brilliant. I love seeing the different art costumes. The other characters from the movies as well were in there. I thought the Christmas part was a bit shit, to tell you the truth,
I think that was
in the
probably
house.
in last minute.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't seem to fit. I mean, it was meant to be in a bar he did that bloke over, so it didn't make sense why he was sitting outside Santa's grotto. But okay, but it wasn't. This wasn't actually based on the movie. This was just basically Art's little fairground, having fun, killing everyone. Clown cafe area, fantastic, fantastic music. The art character was brilliant in there. Um, it's just a brilliant. I do think the end. Obviously, the time we got there, the dry or wet side. I only went through the wet side, and I should have just called it the damp side, if truth be told. We understand
Mm.
that got changed because of flooding, but you got to think that in the future. If you ever want to do that again, plan a lot better for that. So for me, a fantastic house. Obviously, everyone knows I am a massive franchise fan as well of Terrifier. I've been there before. It was the in thing. I was watching the movies before even you even heard of it. Simon heard of him, but he wasn't really a fan. I'll give the ex guy who's never here anymore, call him X Man Joe. Um, he's now broken free from his chains. He's living his best life out there, isn't he? If you get what I mean, people. But yeah, other than that, go into the house
Yeah,
yourself, guys. Why I choked to death.
yeah. Well, you're going back to when me being into it. I knew Terrifier from All Hallows Eve before even Terrifier was a thing. I don't know where you got that one from. I've known Art the Clown as a character for a long time. But
He's
anyway,
an actor.
what I put down is it was great decor. The set design in there
Pardon,
was
say that again.
fantastic.
It was great. What?
Decor,
Did you say
decor,
decor or decor?
no,
Decor.
decor.
Decor. As in
I'll show you my bed.
decor.
Um, and then there was blood everywhere, and I love I love the blood effects that are everywhere. And the big one for me, the two big things were the art clowns were very good. They weren't the shit crappy ones you got from Spirit Halloween. They were actually really good masks. And the smells. This is what a lot of people don't realize about that house, but the smells for that house were spot on. Every
No,
single
don't
bit
get
that went
smells.
into the different section, the smells of
Yeah.
Bob were smack
Bloody
bob
hell.
on. The only downside I had to it was you could see the scares that were coming. There wasn't any major surprises of anyone popping out because you could see it was well lit, so you could see where the scares were going to come from. And from what I saw from the video, because like I said, we only did the wet side, we didn't do the dry side. I'd wish I'd done the dry side. It actually looked better than the wet side. I don't know why. I've just watched on the video before to jog my memory, and I thought the dry side looked better than the wet side. But Julie, what do you think?
Yeah. Terrifier. Cool. Lots of arts. Where are we now? Very gory and bloody, which I liked. Uh, did not. Oh yeah, the chainsaws above. They didn't move, did they? We
Yeah.
noticed. Yeah, but
So
never mind. Yeah.
if you wonder what Julie's on about there, we went to do a
Mm.
Mask and the Horror tour on all these houses
Mm.
except
Mm.
for Five Nights at Freddy, and we
Mm.
were told that the chainsaws moved. And every time when we went through, they
I
didn't
didn't
move.
see
But
that.
when we saw it in the video, they did move, so that's why she's picking up on that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we clapped at art
Mm.
before we got to the clown cafe. He'd
Yeah,
done what he'd done. He clapped, then we clapped, and he clapped back, didn't
yeah.
he?
So if you, there was good interaction. That's another thing.
Yeah.
There was good interaction with that art, the
Yeah.
clowns, the actual scare actors. So
And we didn't get very wet at the end, like you said. But it was a good house. I
yeah.
enjoyed it. Yeah. Mhm.
So I'll start off the scores. I gave this a solid 8 for me. Julie,
8 as well.
would Julie give it an 8 as
Yeah.
well? Philippe,
Going German. 9.
nine.
9.
You give it a 9. So right.
Mhm.
Can I just
Um.
say for the merchandise for Terrifier as well, it was fantastic this year, I think.
Mm.
If you're a
Yes,
Terrifier
it
fan,
was. Well, to be honest, the merchandise for everything was great except for Jason.
Mm.
I think
well,
Jason got pushed to one side for
Where's
some
the
reason.
Christmas jumper? Have you got your
spoilers,
Christmas jumper?
when you get to that
Mhm.
house, it makes sense.
Mm.
Yeah, you got a Christmas jumper, didn't you? The
Yep, it's,
Terrifier Christmas, yeah.
it's put
Hmm.
away. I got 2 Terrifier
Ah,
t-shirts.
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, love it. Terrifier. And obviously got to meet Art a couple of times around the park as well. Made it more fun.
And I got loads of Chucky merch when Chucky weren't even there.
Yeah.
That hoodie.
I.e.,
Yeah.
Oh
And
yeah,
and
well,
and,
his
and
slippers.
for people
these
who are listening, he's on
slippers.
about his absolute terrible slippers he's got and the hoodie he's got on that I spotted in the park to him, and he said he's seen it, but I
Yeah.
persuaded him to get it.
Mm.
Mm.
Well, I just had to see how much money I'd left at the end of all of it. Anyway, right, the next house, Fallout. Go on, Phil, let you start this one off.
Right, Fallout. I'm going to say this straight away, and we're going to have an episode in this for a Christmas special. It was so much better in our Masking the Horror.
Yeah,
That sums it up.
Mm.
There was so much detail. It's a lot of these houses. There's so much detail you're not
yeah,
seeing. And it's actually quite annoying, really, when you get to know it that way. We tricked a few people on our Masking the Horror, but I will tell you people about that in the next episode. This house, well, I'm sorry, Joe. This house was average at best. It wasn't
yeah.
scary. The few changes made it better. I'll give them that. Like the the bits with the fridges, whatever they were meant to be, when they put the holes through them
Yeah, they
instead.
knocked him out with the scare
Yeah,
actors popping out of them, yeah.
yeah, that was a lot better. The
Mm.
robots, whatever they were called, down things. I'm not a massive fan of the game or the series, to tell you the truth. The robots, they moved okay, but they weren't special. And the guy with the no nose, the Freddy Krueger wannabe guy, um, yeah, there wasn't enough of him in the house, in my
No.
opinion.
Yeah.
Mm.
For him to
So
be a
yeah,
major character in it, he
Mm.
wasn't in it that much,
so
was he?
it was okay. I feel like they were sort of lost of what they wanted to do with it. That's how it come across with me.
Yeah. To be honest, I think there's probably might have been some changes from what they wanted. Fallout, the Amazon have come in and gone and says, no, we want it to look like this from the series. We don't want much of the game in it. We want more of the series. And I think that happened with Resident Evil as well. I'll go next. I put down that the sets were great, except the Badlands scene. And it was plain and simple. It was shit. It was a
Big curtain.
screen that you couldn't see anything. It was yeah, it was a curtain.
Yeah.
And the way they put it out on the we'll explain more of this on the Unmasking the Horror Tour, so you should listen to that episode. But the way they explained it, we thought this is going to look fantastic, and it was shocking. And I found there was a lot of open spaces with no scare actors in that house as well, and I don't understand why. There was a lot of no scare actors, and then you had to walk for a bit to see another scare actor. And then there was a lot of scare actors together, so you had no one, then like three, then nothing, then three. And I noticed that the big giant robot didn't move at all, even from opening night, I don't think. It was supposed to come towards you like it does in the Freddy house, but he never actually moved. He just stood there, and its arms just flared up and down a little bit. So that was what my take on it was. Julie, any thoughts
Yeah,
on Fallout?
okay. Obviously not scary. Good sets. I like the vaults part when you're into the vaults because I like that in the
Okay.
program. I like the robot at the end, but he didn't move, like you said. That's about it, really. Yeah, it
Okay.
was fine, but yeah,
There you go. When
not
Julie
really.
says it's fine, she means it's shit. So, right, we'll start
Okay.
off. Like, Julie, you give your score out of.
4.
She gave it a 4. Oh, that doesn't sound too good. I gave it a 5. So I thought it was okay, but it weren't brilliant at all. And Phil, what did you give Fallout?
I gave it a 5 because the idea was good. It was okay. I just think it needed more scares, like you said, and probably would have been a better house. But yeah, I think they were handcuffed by Amazon Prime on this one, so I'll give it a 5.
Yeah.
Sorry, Joe.
Well, not just Joe, other members of your party who really enjoyed it, didn't they?
No, they
But
said
we'll
they
move
actually.
on.
I can tell you, they said the same. It was better in
Yeah, you not
Unmasking
like
the
it?
Horror.
Yeah, yeah. So the next one on the list that I've got is Jason's Universe. So Phil, it seemed like you had a bit of something to say earlier on in the episode. So go on. Do you give your
Right.
thoughts on Jason's Universe?
You were saying how pants the merchandise was. I think this house was mostly pants. I was so looking forward to finally seeing Jason. We were sold a story that a bit like politics. We were sold a story of seeing all the different Jasons. You were lucky if you saw half of them, and because it was so dark in there, you couldn't really tell what half the Jasons looked like. You mean
Hmm.
it just and there was too many. This sounds mad. We just said the last house there wasn't enough scares. This one they were popping out about every three
Yeah,
to 5 seconds. It's not that's not scary to me. That's just
yeah,
oh here they are again and again and again and again. And then obviously we had Mega Tall Jasons and Hobbit Jasons, what always made me giggle.
yeah. So I'll tell you what, I'll flip onto that from what you just said, where you said there was a lot of Jasons was a bad thing. I saw that as a good thing. Don't know why. I just found that having a lot of Jason after popping out left, right, and center. I enjoyed it, and I found it intense because it was like one hit after hit after hit. Wasn't very scary, don't get me wrong, but I found it more intense, and that's what I enjoyed more. And what I did like about this house, the boo holes were very unexpected. Even though we did the Unmasking the Horror tour and we saw them all before we did the house, there was still Jason's popping out of boo holes that I didn't expect to see.
Oh, yeah, this house got you a
So
few times. I remember that. But to me, I
yeah,
think because there was too many,
that's what I mean.
that's
That's
why I just
this is
turned
why I'm saying
off.
this is your own personal thing about it. Yeah. So yeah, I'm kind of the opposite. I kind of got hit everywhere you didn't, and I found it was Jason after Jason, intense and unexpected.
Yeah, I
Julie,
found the same as well. A lot of scares, but I did get a few scares myself.
right?
What I remember. And yeah, I like the Camp Crystal Lake bit as well. And that's just me. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh, and
Cool
was one bit
music
I
as
did
well.
like.
cool music. Yeah, there you go.
You
The
were saying,
music was cool.
yeah,
The music was actually pretty cool in the
There
house.
was a bit I liked. His mother, out the outside part,
Mm,
she was really
yeah,
yeah.
good. And the
Well,
stupid bit
that was a good
really
way of
bugged me.
blending the two parts
Yeah,
of them tents together, innit? It was a good
yeah,
way
but
of actually blending
that
it in.
stupid
So,
mega-sized mask with the glass
I,
pretending to smash out of it was rubbish.
yeah, well, some effects didn't work, but go on then, Phil. Since you were this was your most favorited one, what score did you give this one?
4.
Oh, maybe disappointed in that one, weren't you? Julie, what did you give?
7.
Julie gave it a 7, and I gave it an 8, just because of the experience he had through the actual house. That's what I'm saying.
Don't
It's
tr
everyone's personal opinion.
don't trust
But
him. He liked the Chucky house a few years back.
Yeah.
yeah, but it's what I
Same
like.
plot. I just think he likes it there. He-
So now moving on to Golkin, Monsters of the North, which both of us, Joe, me and Joe, were completely wrong about this house. What we expected, what we thought was going to be coming out of it. So I'll start this one off. This is what I went to. That was not what I expected. And for this one, I remember most of the house without actually watching the video back. For some reason, this house stuck in my head for some reason, especially during the Unmasking the Horror tour and doing it through the house. It gave me Wicker Man vibes from the roller coaster. If you've ever been on Wicker Man with the first story, Julie knows about it. You have, I don't think you've done Wicker Man at Alton Towers, but when you go through that story bit at the beginning of the Wicker Man, it gives you that kind of vibe. Uh, and multiple scare actor points I've noticed quite a lot where there was you had like a 360 bit where the scare actor pops out of different holes when it was the same scare actor. So if you caught somebody and got them, it'd go back and get them again a few meters down the road. I thought that was a good effect that they put into that house. So yeah, I enjoyed that one. Really, really enjoyed that one actually. Julie?
Yeah, the same. Cool sets. I think it was a bit gory as well. Some bits that I saw.
There's a little bit, yeah, there's a couple of dead rabbits in there and that, but
Yeah, well, cold. Might have been cold, obviously. That was it.
where's it?
I found it cold.
I didn't find that cold.
Oh,
Can't
But
remember.
but yeah.
there you go. Phil can't remember. Go, Phil. What can you remember
Right.
of that
Oh no, I
house
can
then?
remember the house. I can remember the house like yourself. It's a really cool
Mm,
house. I'll go for the good first. I love the wolves and everything. If you looked up in there,
mm.
the stick people are funny when you're asking horror tour when you find out what they mean.
Mm. Oh,
um, I thought everything was laid out well in this house. What it was, and I think the aesthetics of the house was good. The only problem I had, some parts of the house you could see the next sets, and you could see what was
Yeah.
coming. That's it, but that's a small thing that I can handle.
Yeah, I think that's probably just down to the planning side of it as they're trying to navigate it through and get it into that small tent because don't forget this is in one of the new tents as well. So
Yeah, I still think they're trying to
uh,
perfect them tents. We'll get there.
yeah, yeah. So Julie, what did you give this house?
7.
Should you give it a 7? Okay. Bill,
7.
7. And from the way I described it, you might have already guessed, but I gave this a 9. I
My
actually really
favorite
enjoyed
high
this
scoring
house.
house.
Yeah.
So that's your favorite house, basically. It sounds like.
Yeah, that was my favorite house. It just kind of it's 'cause I've said before when I do a house and I can remember all of it, it's obviously something stuck in my mind about it. That's made me enjoy it more. So let's move on to the next one, which is Graves of Flesh. Yeah. Who wants to start on this one?
I'll go
Can I?
first.
Go on then.
No, I'll go. You go, Julie. Yeah, because I've got a lot
Yeah,
to
okay.
say.
Yeah, I didn't get it. I know we watched the story, we heard the story
Yeah, we
before,
heard the
didn't we?
story, but
But when I was still in the house, I still didn't quite get what was going on. But yeah, a nice set, so but not scary. And yeah, I don't really remember much of it, to be honest with you.
yeah.
Yeah, that's how I
Well,
felt. Yeah.
yeah, that's exactly
Yeah.
that's what we want, honesty. Nothing's perfect. So,
Mm.
Phil, go on.
Right, the start outside the graveyard bit, beautiful, great, and we're running out of time apparently. Got 9 minutes left,
Maybe 10
so
minutes yet.
we're so used to doing this without this. Sorry, guys, we're gonna have to grow the second bit in a minute. Yeah, so the outside of the graveyard bit, I loved it. Looked brilliant. Got my hopes up. Went inside. It turned into a Doctor Who's episode from the 1980s. The mask and that looked terrible, in my opinion. The walls was just the same thing over and over again. That bored the hell out of me. The scares were very obvious to me. The second part looked a bit better, but I couldn't figure out how you were in the mud and then you were in tombs afterwards.
Mm.
I was like, surely it would have been the other way around, but
Hmm.
okay. But some of the monsters were absolutely, as I say, Doctor Who monsters. Sorry, Craig Willicks, you know what I mean by Doctor Who monsters, though they look cheap and nasty. It wasn't scary, and this house I was so hyped for, and I think the story didn't go with the house.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll add on to that because I've put it was a great facade. The entrance part into the graveyard, like you said, was fantastic. But I also put it was very forgettable scenes.
Mm.
There was
Yeah.
something it was just scene after scene, and it was just repeat after repeat. It wasn't good. The sound was good. I give it the sounds and the noises of the monsters behind the walls was a good effect, and that's where they should have stayed. Because the ones that did come out, like you said, the masks were shocking. There's a lot of empty space, and it like I said, and I actually did put very weird, plain and
Mm.
simple, very weird. And the one other good thing was they had the 360 skirt at the end. So when you came out, you walk round the screw reactor, and the screw reactor popped up. I think they should have had two screw reactors rather than just one, because if you obviously in the conga line, the first person gets all the scares, the person at the back gets nothing. But I do like the effect that they're doing where you're walking down the screw reactor to exit the house, and I thought that was pretty cool. But overall, it was a very average house and very forgettable. So I did score this as a 7 just because I don't remember a lot of it, but the facade puts it up there. It's just the facade, my first impressions, and then that's it. So
Mhm.
I don't score things that bad often, you know that.
Well, that's
I,
why I'm
Mm.
going to be evil. I'm going next. 4.5.
4.5, no problem.
I gave it a 6.
And Julie gave it a 6. See, it's Julie even gave it a 6 as well.
6 is fair.
So,
7 is ridiculous.
well, you'll see why I got a 7 in a minute. So, do you want to jump off here and come back on?
No, we've got. I think we can
About
fit
7
one more
minutes.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Right. Well, we'll move on to the next one then. Dolls. Let's Play Dead. The house that I was dreading the most. Because as you probably know, if you've watched this before, I don't like dolls. I think they're creepy as hell. But this was not creepy whatsoever. So what I put in, it gave me sick childhood vibes of when twisted children ripping stuff to pieces. I enjoyed the feeling of you being the size of a doll because everything was enlarged and you felt small, and I quite enjoyed that. And I also enjoyed the triggers because there was three different triggers in this house. Not many people knew about one of them. They knew about two of them, but not all three. Um, so if you did go through the house and you want to know what the triggers were, let us know in the comments. I know what all three of them were. You let us know what they are in the bottom, and we'll give you a mark out of 3 if you've gone right. Uh, and yeah, that's all I've got for that one. Julie,
Yeah, the same. And I enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. Yeah. I like the rat.
you like the
The
rat?
rat, yeah. And like I said, the trigger buttons, I've written them down, but I'm obviously not going to say them.
No, don't say it.
No.
Won't interaction.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Campbell.
Yeah, and when you walk under the girl's bed, that thing didn't happen, did it? What we were told about.
What?
If there's water coming from underneath the bed, it means that she's peeing on you.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't think that happened. Yeah,
That's probably.
That
yeah.
sounds something out of
Well, I don't.
Pornhub.
I'm
Yeah.
sure they meant, yeah, but it didn't happen. But yeah, I quite enjoy that.
How do you remember that out there? All the things in the
You just
unmasking, you remember
didn't want
that?
it to happen.
Well, you might find out tonight,
You walk
Simon.
from underneath.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Go on, Phil. Your thoughts on
Well,
dolls?
after that vivid thought in my head, I love the color of this house. It was a nice energetic color. It was a silly house. Let's be truthful.
Mm.
It's nothing what I expected. I didn't expect it to be like that. It was a bit of a Toy Story house, but not Toy Story, if that makes sense as well. Raggy Dolls, maybe,
Yeah,
for the English people. More like a
yeah,
Raggy Dolls house. She wasn't as scary as I thought she was. I think they should have made her look more demon the further you went through the house, because the idea she's meant to be
mm.
a demon child, we were told. Um, I liked it though. I did like this
Yeah.
house. But it wasn't scary, but it made me smile,
No,
a bit like Ghostbusters used to.
yeah, yeah. It's one of them houses. It wasn't a scary house at all, but it got you through. It helped. We wanted to go through it to see the end of it, to see what the final payoff was. And yeah, I enjoyed it. So, what did you give it out of 10?
I'm gonna give it an 8. I thought it was a nice house.
So, Phil, give it an 8. Julie,
Well, 7.5.
so give it a seven and a
No,
half.
no, can you part? Yeah, just say
And I gave it an 8. I thought it was a
Ooh, that
solidly
house has
good
done
house
very
for the
well.
event. So I think we're going to be running out of time on this bit. So we will have a quick commercial break and
We
we'll be
won't. I'll
right
just go
back.
straight back into it. I'm not editing like mental tonight, people. See you in a
You're
second.
laughing. And we are back. Sorry. But, yeah. If you're watching this or you were listening to this, you're wondering what's going on, go on to YouTube. And our next house is Hatchison Chain's Demon Bounty Hunters. Go on, Julie, you start this one on.
Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
right.
You can tell by
Okay.
the
Not
yeah
bad.
what she was going to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, not my kind of thing,
Not your
you know.
cup of tea.
No, not really.
Very
But
British, that, innit? Cup of tea.
yeah, it was fine. But yeah, not
There's nothing memorable about
not
it. Mm.
well, that passing train was okay, and the dead horse outside. But the story of it,
Yeah.
yeah, it
Okay.
just weren't for me. Yeah.
Phil,
Right,
any
right.
ideas
So
on this one?
I'm so glad they never got rid of the dead horse outside, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and yet again, we're going back to another lady. So, lady scare actors who had proper scenes. You were stars this year. That lady outside at the front telling the story at the beginning,
Mm.
brilliant. Loved her.
Yeah.
It's a bit like the scare zone one as well in the cat piss area, um, in her little house.
Yeah.
Um, by the way, are we doing points on scare zones? I didn't know
I
if you
haven't done
told me
anything.
this.
We can talk about them and we can
Mm.
We'll do
chat,
them in a minute. We'll do
kind
a
of
real
decide
quick
which
one
are
on
best
that.
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, scare acting I was there was good. I can't really remember many of the scares inside, even watching it back. Which one was Hatchet and
Mhm.
which one was Chains? Because one was a demon and one was human. There was only one was in most of the house and the other one was missing most of the time. What really got on my tits.
Yeah. The I think the chain guy was at the beginning, holding that demon back,
Yeah,
at the
it
very
just
on, pull him into the fireplace. But yeah, it didn't fall very well.
I think
But
this would have been a better house for aliens. Aliens versus
yeah,
the Cowboys would have been a better house in my opinion. Right, now this is where I want to go. The train bit what Julie brought up, everyone.
yeah,
That was a clever scene. I wish they made the train look more real because it looked a bit cartoony
yeah,
to me. But that's budget, so I get that. But
yeah,
someone explained to me they could do it for that house. Why couldn't they do that sort of thing for the Badlands in what's it called? The one we
yeah. I
talked
don't
about
know.
already. I've got his name.
Fallout.
Fallout. So
Mm,
there you go. You had a good idea and you didn't use it properly in both houses. You could have had that in both houses, and I think in the future you need to implement that stuff more because I think that makes it feel more real. That was my favourite scene going through there in the whole house.
mhm. Yeah.
But that's
And
pretty
just
much it for
before
me.
that scene, yeah, just before that scene where they had the shooting, the shootout, there was an empty area on the left hand side
Mm.
with a door. That was for the lady who was outside if it actually went and pissed it down outside. Go on.
Quick one. When you said a shootout, straight away, the only thing I thought about there was the movie Legends about the craze. I came here for a proper shootout, a shootout like that with all the weapons, and he walks out the pub.
Yeah.
Ronnie Cray, oh, brilliant that scene.
Yeah, so I said the fire, and there was a fire effect in the floor. So as the
I
fireplace was on
remember.
fire and it went through, it kind of went through the floor. And I actually, well, like I say, in a lot of these houses, you've got to look up and down. You can't just look straight on. You've got to look around. And I did notice that quite a lot. And like I said, I think the train effect worked quite well because you didn't see it up too close, but it did kind of work that you could see that the train was going past. So I actually enjoyed this house because it kind of gave me a bit the old Western vibes as well. And I'm not a massive Western fan, but it kind of gave me feelings a little bit that they could have done Back to the Future 3 in here as a scare event, and it would have kind of worked a little bit. But that's just me being my weird brain. So yeah, I gave that a 7 out of 10. I quite liked it. Julie,
5.5.
5.5.
I'll fix that half.
Reaper,
I'll give it a 6.5. So that helps you a little more.
6.5. Well, I've already done some of them on here anyway, so I've just got two more to do anyway. And the last but not least house, El Artista, a Spanish haunting. Go on, Phil, because you had high expectations of this one.
Right. Story wise was good. Him the story beforehand. Unmasking the Horrors are beautiful house in Unmasking the Horrors. Also a beautiful house from the start to end. Why doing it in the event?
Yeah,
Um, if you didn't know the story, I think this one would have gone right over your head personally, unfortunately for a lot of people. But we did Unmasking before we tried their house. That helped us a lot. The scare actor, the statue lady, I liked her, but I only ever saw her move once.
Yeah,
and because I think she took too long doing that
yeah. Very
personally. So a
slow.
lot of people probably missed that one. The gargoyle flying, I saw that twice. I never saw it again after that. The flying gargoyle in the greenhouse bit, I would call it. Yeah, it was a beautiful house, and it was. If you didn't understand the story of it, I think it would have gone over your head. Yeah, again, it's not scary. It's not a
No,
scary
it
house at
wasn't.
all. But there's always that one beautiful, stunning house, and
Yeah.
this year was my house for beauty. You've got, I would say, had to sum this up. Terrifier was probably to me the scariest one, the most gore. Five Nights was the most realistic to a movie, and this was the most beautiful
Mhm.
house. So I thought this house
Yeah,
actually flowed very well.
it did. Julie, what did you think?
Yeah, the same. I loved it. Lovely house, good sets. Yeah, good story to it if you understood the story and everything. But yeah, I like the house as well. Lovely.
Short and sweet.
Yeah.
And for me, I put down that this was the best facade by far for a long time.
Mm.
This even, I probably would say it better than Poltergeist
I was about to
as
say
a
it's up there with
facade and
Poltergeist.
entrance.
It was up there with
Yeah.
Poltergeist. Poltergeist I like because
So,
we looked up at it. This one was like we were,
yeah.
even the garden area was beautiful in this one.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
wrapped around when you're
And
walking in as well.
yeah, so as you walk through
Mm.
it, it was a good mix of inside and outdoors,
Yeah,
inside and
No.
outside scenes as you're walking through in the conservatory part of it. Like I said, we got the story from the Unmasking the Horror tour. The ghost effects, some of the ghost effects were quite cool. They actually did work like they were supposed to have done in the Unmasking the Horror tour.
absolutely.
The only downside I had to this house was it was very short. And I mean, compared to the other houses, I felt like this one was the shortest of the event.
I've got one. I forgot to say.
Well,
The scare zones, like the vampire one in Hollywood, was meant to be
yeah,
a part of that house. Why didn't we see some of them in the house?
yeah,
I think it would have fit in better.
yeah. But it did feel like that house was all the focus was on the facade and the set design.
Yeah.
The characters were the second thing, and then they went, "Oh crap, this is really short. Can we do anything? No, we'll just leave it as it is." Because by the time you walked through the house and you were inside, walking through into the conservatory bit, you're walking back into the house, and it would finished. And I just thought it was a very short house for what it could have, and it could have been a lot better than what it was. It was still a great house, don't get me wrong, but it felt a little bit too short. Uh, uh, yeah, the storyline. The only way you can know the storyline is like we did in the Unmasking the Horror tour because it had little plaques where it told the story. And obviously, when you conga line, you can't read that plaque in time. Where we had a chance to read them as we walked through, so it made more sense. So what we're trying to say here, guys, is if you get a chance to do Unmasking the Horror tour, do it, but don't do it before we do because we want to get our tickets before everyone else. So yeah, so just because of the shortness, I couldn't make this my favorite house, so I did give it an 8 out of 10 though.
8.5.
You get an eight and a
Mhm.
half. Oh, Julie up there with 8.5.
Mm. Mm. That's fun. Mhm.
Okay, I'm going to be a bit lower on you both just because it wasn't scary. And as
Yeah.
Simon said, it was a little short. I wanted to give it an 8, but I'm going to have to give it a 7.5.
Right, no problem then. 7.5. Right, don't know why it's gone on to that. So, right, I'm just going to do a few little calculations. So, do you
While
two
he's
want to
doing
start
that,
off?
yeah, I want to
Yeah,
do
you
something. I'm
talk
going
about
to
the
have a
scare
little bit of
zones if you want,
news.
or you talk
No,
about.
no, we're not getting scare zones yet. We'll get to that when
All
you're
right,
ready.
okay.
Oh.
Um, Julie, have you seen
Mhm.
the dates for Halloween Horror Nights next year?
I haven't. No.
Right, so for people who don't know,
Oh,
it's
right.
for
Okay.
the first time in a few years, it's not going to be in August, apparently. Apparently, it's
Oh,
starting
Phil, I'll stop you
September the
there. Stop,
3rd.
stop, 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 stop,
go
stop,
on.
stop, stop,
I
stop,
don't
stop,
know.
stop, stop. Have a look
That's
at it
Hollywood.
again.
Ignore me, it's Hollywood. I
There you
just saw it
go.
myself. I saw the Fast and Furious roller coaster. Listen, I hope it doesn't start in August. Personally, I think the August start
Mm,
is
Right,
stupid.
if it's
mm.
what date does it say it's starting?
The 3rd
End of
of
August.
September.
Right, we're starting on the 28th or the 29th. We
Above.
always
Okay.
start a week before
Mm.
Hollywood.
What's a
Simple as
shame?
that.
I don't think it should be in August, personally. I know a lot of people, I think
Yeah,
August is a weird
but I
month to
think it
have
will be.
horror
It
in.
always usually starts a week before.
Let me have a look at the dates. So,
Yeah.
Julie, overall, the houses, were they better than last year's houses? Is the question I'm going to ask you.
Yeah, well, I can remember. Yeah. Mhm.
So
I can't remember
it's
much from
probably
last year.
gonna yeah, Thursday the 27th, I think you're right, with the
Right.
26th being that special thing that everyone does. So yeah, I think
Yeah.
Simon's right, people. So ignore me with the news. So you thought they were about, I think, as they were very good houses this year, but I think Insidious was still a better house than all of these. I think Insidious is one of the
Yeah,
best
I
houses
agree.
they've done in
Yeah, I really
years.
like it. Yeah, everything about it. Yeah,
So
scares,
yeah.
everything.
So I would
Yeah,
I'd love to
Yeah,
do an
I have to
episode in
agree
everything.
the
with that.
future. Maybe we should do an episode in the future, maybe putting the two events up against each other and actually sitting back and
When was the
dissecting it.
Insidious?
Last year.
That was the year
When was it
before.
last year? Oh, I
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
The year before,
Was it?
Last year's one. Yeah,
23.
so no, last year, 24.
Right, okay. Yeah, yeah, but yeah, I like the Insidious house.
Yeah, so that I think that
Mm,
was a miles
mm,
better house. I don't know anything
mhm.
about the food people because I didn't try any of it. I can't be bothered. I'm hearing loads of podcast people going mental about the what's it called? The big
Cheese,
cheese string thing.
cheese stick
Yeah,
Cheese
thingy.
mozzarella
sticks, yeah.
stick. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
queues are
What
always
what
very
Mozzarella stick
long.
for
people
fried cheese. Get a
go
grip, Americans,
McDonald's and get the
please.
same go to McDonald's and get the same thing for cheaper. It's just
Yeah.
a weird thing to
Well, we
if
had
you're
some
gonna have a massive queue.
cocktails. Oh, we had them.
I didn't really like the cocktails this year, true. I think last year's were better.
The one I had, well, I can't remember what it was now, but
Hotels.
I
Yeah.
liked it.
Hotels was
Mm,
Yeah, the
better.
hotels
And
are
a
better cocktails.
quick shout out to Garrett from Surfside Inn and
Yeah.
Suites. He made me the atomic slime from the year before.
mm.
He said a lot of
Yeah.
people were asking for last year's cocktails because, quite frankly, the hotel ones this year weren't that good compared to the year before. So, Garrett, yeah, again, if you ever go to Surfside, people and listen to this, tell him Epic Phil Guard, whatever you want to say, from the Halloween Horror Events podcast, says hi and thank you for the fantastic cocktails again. Has Simon done his maths?
Right. So, yeah, I done my maths. Should we just leave that? Just go quick and go through the scare zones. Our quick thoughts on the scare zones because
Ooh, teaser.
they weren't really scare zones.
No.
To be fair,
They look good.
the only thing I would say, what I did enjoy, the flow of them this year, where you had the Masquerade Dance with Death, which flew into the Mel's Driving Zombies, and then it flew straight into the uh, Cat Lady of Crooked Lane. Then you went into the Chainsaw Clowns at Simpsons. That whole section, all the way through from the entrance to the park to the back of the park, felt like a continuous scare zone. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I do have a problem though still.
Yeah,
The
go
back
on.
of the park. I know Harry Potter it's
Yeah,
not allowed, but the back of the park with Men in Black in that, because you got houses
yeah,
back there now, is a problem for me. Nothing's
yeah,
there.
yeah. I think if international, if the
It could be
expo
done by
area does
space.
get, well, to get if they get something to do something up with Men in Black at some point, because sorry people, but Men in Black will be going at some point. It's now nearly 30 years old.
Just
It's
give me
getting
an
on a bit.
idea. We
Yeah,
don't need a proper scare zone. There we go. Every year, there's some people dressed up as really bad looking aliens and some people dressed up as Men in Black going around, loads of noise. That's all
having
I
a
need
fight.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah, all we need.
yeah.
Something.
So the origins of horror, it was just statues. I'm not being funny, but the scare actors in there weren't the best.
And the
They didn't
birds were
really
crap.
try and scare you at all. It was just a congested area as the entrance in the park. And then, to be honest, the one that we didn't spend that much in time in, did we?
The
At all?
nightclub one, was
Yeah,
it?
the Mutants Toxic 20s. The concept sounded fantastic.
It worked
And
for
it
people.
sounded it
There was always
sounded really
people
good.
there.
Mm.
Yeah, it sounded really good,
Mhm.
but it was just somewhere to walk through for me to be with us.
Yeah, but I actually think I would rather keep it away from the scare zone. I've been thinking about this
Mm,
because it was always a clustermuck when the show came out. It was horrible
mm.
around that area.
Mhm.
This area was okay for people who wanted a quick beer. Apparently, they sold the best beers there. I don't know, 'cause I didn't check. But
Mm.
I feel like just a little bit of tinkering. I think it needed to be more rock horror music.
Oh, wait, I was talking about the Mutants Toxic 20s, not the
Oh
club
God,
horror.
where have I gone? Sorry, guys.
I don't know.
I've
You've just
moved
gone into
ahead.
you just
I
skipped
mentioned the
over.
Well,
nightclub
that's
bit.
because
Yeah,
I
That's what
something
threw
about
me off.
Mutants Toxic
yeah,
20s was totally forgettable.
Oh, right. Yeah.
exactly. That's what I mean. And then now we move on to club horror, which was just a
Yeah,
walkthrough area for us anyway. Go on. Yeah, carry
yeah.
on.
Yeah, yeah. As I said, I've done it now. Basically, now you know what I think about Club Horror.
Yeah.
It was okay. I think it can work in the future. I think it needs a little more change here and there. It's okay if you want to dance. I said a bit more horror type music, maybe. Try and make some original music for yourselves as well. DJ
If they could
commits.
extend it into that little tiny bit of Halloween where Harry Potter is,
Mm.
just extend it towards
Yeah,
King's Cross, that little tiny bit, extend it outwards rather than it being so compact in that area,
Mm.
it would work. But we know what they're like with Harry Potter, so they won't touch it. So, like we said, there you go, guys. That's our quick thoughts on
right. Can I
the
just quickly say though,
list.
Scare Zone
Yeah.
of the Year for you. Which one did you think was your favourite this year?
Um, for me, I would say the cat lady one, but here's the big but. They need to not ever do a house or build something at the end of the pissing scare zone because it's an absolute pain in the ass to get through.
The house should have been in front of
Yeah,
DreamWorks, but I'm guessing they're probably through the daytime. They couldn't
but
put it there.
I can't believe they couldn't see it. It's always congested in that area anyway. Like I said, when the
Mm.
show comes out from Ghoulish, which we won't even speak about because it was just yeah, we didn't even watch it. It was that shit.
I did. It
But
was pretty much the same
yeah,
show as they had years ago.
yeah. So yeah, they're never going to heat Monsters of Mayhem. Monsters of Mayhem. What was that? What they're called? Marathon of Mayhem.
No, yeah.
Marathon.
Was
If I said
they hit the
simple
peak
like
there?
you know. But maybe
They've
Monsters
hit
of
that
Mayhem would
peak.
be good.
Yeah, but they've hit that peak. They're never going to
Yeah.
hit it again. But
Do you know? I've
yeah,
had an
it's
idea.
already gone.
So when the mayhem, whatever ghoulish it's called, goes on, I think the scare zone should get involved. So if you're not in the show, something's going on in the scare zones at the same time. I think it'll make it more immersive. So maybe instead of fitting it on something that doesn't really go with the whole event, have the late show set for the scare zone sort of story. So when you're in the scare zones, stuff's going on at the same
Yeah,
time.
Mm.
And I think that would make it a bit
yeah,
more flow around the park.
yeah, possibly. Yeah, because it is a show we can watch from anywhere on the
Mm.
lagoon. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but yeah, going back to that that Central Park area or whatever they call it, Winter Park, Centre Park. I can't remember what they call it, but it's so crowded in there anyway. And then to have that house and the cat lady doing a show or mini show at the end, it just causes an absolute chaos. And this is mainly all from my perspective of using a mobility scooter for the time I was there. People just don't get out of the way. And people with mobility issues shouldn't have to literally go at the side of a tree and squeeze between a tree and a lamppost to get through because people stood there watching a show when that could have just been moved 15 foot to the right hand side and everyone would have been out of the way. But that's my little rant anyway. So we've got the houses. What would you like me to do? Would you like me to go from 10 to 1?
Of course, you start backwards.
So, as a collective of us three fantastic and well experienced Halloween Horror Night enthusiasts and HHE podcast, we have put these houses in this order. So, number 10, the worst house we've rated between us. No surprise, Fallout was the worst house. That was number 10. Followed by the one that actually surprised me, it is actually down here this low, is Five Nights at Freddy, was number 9. Then
Oh, I'm
8,
not shocked.
eh, we have Graves, Graveyard, Graves of
Grave
Flesh.
of Flesh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
Graves of Flesh
fresh.
was number 8. Then we had a joint 6th, so we don't have a 7th. We have a joint 6th with exactly the same points with decimal points. 'Cause everything's
I,
on a decimal point on
I've
this.
got an idea here. To do this, and I'll tell you how to fix this. Come.
So we have Jason's Universe and Hatchet's Chains.
All
Hatchets
right.
and Chains.
Did you prefer Hatchets or Chains or Jason's Universe? Go, Simon.
Jason's.
Jason.
Right. I was going to go Hatchet and Chains. They go to Jason 6th. Simple.
Yeah. So Jason was 6. So number 7 was Hatchets. Okay, no. They got sorted that one. Number 5, WWE, the Horrors of the Way at 6 was number 5.
Fair, fair.
And Number four, but surprisingly, it was up there. To be fair, it was Gonkin. Monsters of the North was number four, and then drumroll please for number three. In third place
Go.
for 2025 and Halloween Horror Nights 34 was Dolls.
Mhm.
I can't remember what the whole name of the house is.
Let's
Dolls.
Play Dead.
There, it's like, there you go.
Yeah.
Phil's in charge. Dolls,
Mhm.
Let's Play Dead was at number three. And in second place,
Cool.
or silver position, for the Halloween Horror Events podcast was El Artistra, a Spanish
Yeah,
haunting.
no, who's won?
Hmm. And
Terrible.
no surprise, really, to be fair, with all of us, as what we've been saying in the event, build up to the event, number one for the Halloween horror events and gets the gold prize. Spot at the top is Terrifier.
Not just for
Goes
house, for
down as a number,
merchandise and Roman actor.
yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, all in all, I think Terrifier actually made the event what it was this year. If it didn't have Terrifier, would this have been a good event? Because don't get me wrong, it was all round. The event gets an eight, a 7.5 out of 10 for me for the whole
I'll give it an
event.
8.
Yeah, I think it was slightly better than last year, but there is other years that I've been to that Phil hasn't been to that I can't get. This is nowhere near them
It's
yet.
still
This
not
is
better than
this
the two before pre-COVID, mate. It's not up to them
yeah.
levels yet.
This is nowhere near 25. I know 25 is an anniversary
Next
year.
year
That's the
might be
pinnacle.
25. If
Yeah,
you heard the rumor about our Artista, didn't you? About the two
yeah.
little spoilers put in there. If people don't
Well,
want to know it,
they keep
turn off
going on
here.
about they're going on about the two spoilers. From what I'm hearing, the first spoiler was the face that was on whatever he's called. I can't remember. I just forget his name. He was in the Scare Zone last year.
Oddfellow.
Oddfella, yeah. His symbol, and everyone's going on about that the Jack the Clown was put into dolls. No, that sheet was there from the very beginning
That can still be a
in that
hint for
crib.
next year, though, mate. In all
Yeah, but
fairness.
but that was there from the beginning when people saying it was being put in later on.
Listen,
Whether I'm wrong or not, but
Oddfella versus Jack next year would be fantastic in my eyes for because it's obviously an
mm.
anniversary year. And what did I say to you?
but
I'd love to see Roman characters again. Jack, Oddfella, Chance. You go 3 different characters.
yeah, I
Obviously, you don't
understand.
have to have many the
I
same.
can see
I
how
think
it
that'd
works,
be
but
brilliant.
if it would be, but if you know the law and thing of Jack, Jack's already killed Dr. Oddfella. He's
Yeah,
already
but
won. So you
last year,
can't have a versus.
but Oddfella last year, he came back from the dead. He's more powerful, you could say. Blah de blah. It's not hard.
Mm.
The
I know, it's
superheroes,
full.
well, baddies.
Yeah, but yeah. Well, we won't get into next year. You can wait for that for next season when we come back. So, Julie,
Yes,
anything else from you from this event that you enjoyed?
I
Toilets?
enjoy the cat lady.
Yeah.
I really enjoy the cat lady.
Did you enjoy the
Scares us.
toilets?
The toilets?
Yeah.
No, not really. The
We need
toilets.
Craig
Why the
Lucas for that.
toilets? Why? What's this
I
about
totally
toilets?
just put
Craig just
Lucas on
like taking a
that.
picture of a toilet where he's having a crap,
Oh, does he? Oh,
puts it on
Craig does,
social media
yeah.
and says, which toilet am I in?
toilets. Time's busy, but we're fine.
Any last takeaways from you, Phil,
Solid
for this
year.
event?
I still think it will get better next.
Mm.
Oh, no, before we go, Tribute Store. Never, ever, ever
yeah.
put it there again.
No.
There's my final take.
Yeah, I think,
Work.
like I say,
Mm.
I'm going to hold my hands up and say I think it is a logistical thing. I hope that the work in that area is complete for whatever the building
Listen,
is
I'm going to
complete for
help you
next
here.
year,
On
or
our next
just go and put it in
episode,
Hollywood.
on our next episode in December,
Mm,
we're only going monthly now because there's no point going that wild. We're going to be doing the Unmasking the Horror.
mm.
I'm going to bring up my idea, what they could do next year for this tribute store if it can't go back to its place. And I'd love to see what people think of it. But that's a little spoiler for you.
Well, as long as he remembers to mention it, because he does seem to forget these things.
Oh, I
So
will.
yeah, with that, guys, we give this a thorough talking about of the houses. Let us know what you think of our final rankings. Let us know what you ranked the houses down below. Also, like I said, if you know what them 3 triggers were in dolls, let us know, and we'll give you a big thumbs up. And if you could give us a thumbs up and a like and a subscribe to this channel. That would be very fantastic. If you are listening to it on a podcast, please give us a 5-star review and follow us on whatever platform you are listening to. You can find us on the socials as well at HHEPod and at HHEPod1 on TikTok. And that's it from me. So I'm going to let Julie lead us out of this one. So let's see what Julie wants to say.
Snowy stay spooky or
That'll
stay
do for you.
spooky?
That's very old. That's old.
That'll do
That's
you.
an
That
old
will
one.
stay. That
Spooky
will do.
older.
Stay spooky's her one. Stay
Stay
spooky.
spooky.
Yeah.
For me, stay epic and see you in your nightmares.
And from me, just enjoy the scare events, guys, and live life to the fullest.
One of these days, he's going to get a catchy one.
I like being different.